Hi everybody, this is Lowell, and in the previous videos I've been talking about how to develop musical ideas and extrapolate a seed thought into what we call motivic development. And in the last video I talked about this time that I woke up early in the morning. For some reason I guess it was around Christmas time, but I was imagining these two Christmas melodies simultaneously as I was waking up. It surprised me. It was kind of a weird idea, but I got up and wrote it down, and it was the Christmas melody "Joy to the World," and then "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen." Now, "Joy to the World" is in major. It's a major key, and "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen" is in a minor key. And here was the other part of it, is that I was hearing "Joy to the World" in C major, and I was hearing "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen" in D minor. So at the same time, like they were fitting together, and I was like, why, how is that working? And so I wrote both melodies down, and I started doing a deep dive and analyzing motivically everything that was going on to try to find the common elements between the two melodies that were causing them to actually live in the same space. So I hope that this video makes some sense. I'm going to post below a link of a recording of an orchestra performing, or it was actually a rehearsal. There was an ice storm, and so they actually couldn't have the concert. But I got a good recording of the rehearsal, and so pretty good recording. So I'll post a link to that, and a lot of the things I'm going to read to you, I have a video explanation of it along with the music. But I wanted to show you the process that I went through of creating this composition. And you may not like the work, but it really shows motivic development in a good way, and hopefully you can use some of these thoughts in your own creative work. So I'm going to need to put my reading glasses on for a minute to read this. So here, just to let you see how it worked, the "Joy to the World," this melody. Ba 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 da bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Now underneath that, simultaneously, and I wrote it out as a piano score, at the same time as "Joy of the World" was playing, I was imagining the bass line doing this. Da 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 and so I started extracting various aspects of the "Joy to the World" melody from the first phrase, da 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 da, that, and so the various things that I extrapolated. You can do a little bit longer search on what I'm going to post below, but from those two melodies, I extracted these various phrases that I ended up using in the composition. So this is da 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 from one, and then another one, ba ba ba, and then ba da da da. And so that, just those four notes, creates what we call a quartal harmony. In other words, a harmony based on fourths. And so da 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 da. And then here's another set of intervals that I extracted. Ba bum 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 bum. And so that created other harmonies. Obviously, "Joy to the World" is based on the major scale. So a quick riff that I extracted from that. Da 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 da. And so here's the retrograde of the first two measures of Joy of the World. Dun 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 dun. And then here's a retrograde of measures 5 and 6. Dun 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 dun. And then here's a retrograde of measures 7 and 8. Dun 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 dun. And then I used a rhythmic motif, which is found from Joy to the World and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. So da 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 da, and then a rhythmic retrograde of that same pattern, da da da, and then here's a retrograde of measure 8, da 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 da. Anyway, it just I don't want to bore you, but I began to notice that I could create an alternate melody, synthesizing both melodies at the same time, elements that fit together. And so here's a combined melody of Joy to the World and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. Da 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 da. Let's see, what do we do? Oh, I was taking the patterns of that. Where is that melody? Yeah, here it is. Da 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 da. Anyway, I finally discovered why this worked, or why these two melodies work together, particularly in the Joy of the World in the key of C and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen in the key of D minor. And that is because the outline of Joy of the World can be basically condensed. You know, you have milk that can be condensed. Basically, the condensed milk version of Joy to the World can be boiled down to these three notes in C major. Da, da, da. And then the condensed milk version of God Rest You Merry Gentlemen can be condensed into these three notes. Dun, dun, dun. So Joy of the World was C, A, G. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen is D, F, G. And so those actually are an exact inversion of each other. And that's why my subconscious was imagining them together as one idea that fit together. It was because they're both of those condensed versions of those melodies are an inversion of each other, and it had to be the D minor version of God Rest You and the C major version of Joy of the World in order for that to work. But I didn't create that idea. It just came to me waking up one morning. I was hearing those two melodies working together in those keys. And so anyway, I'll post a link to my website that has an explanation of all of this, and also the audio of the orchestra that I recorded the rehearsal of. So you may or may not like it. It's a little chaotic sounding. You know, it is modern classical composition. But you know, those of you who are into thrasher metal, you know, you can't criticize me if you like what you do. So everybody has their genres. You know, think of it as experimental jazz. You know, experimental jazz. John Coltrane. There are people that kind of push the boundaries of what music can do, and this is another version of that. So I just wanted to explain to you how creativity can happen, taking a seed thought. You know, I mean, basically the seed thought of that entire orchestral overture is just the simple melodies of those two famous Christmas hymns.